Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 28th of August, and on today's podcast, we have a great one for you today. Coming at us from Sarah Carter, it says here, why is World Bank investing in $50 million in China's Uyghur concentration camps? Absolutely. Obviously that a communist regime like China would have concentration camps, and if Hillary Clinton would have won, we would have had those also. We call them FEMA camps. Would have been in every Walmart in the nation. Then we see here coming from the Epic Times, evidence suggests this is no longer a conspiracy theory. Epstein was murdered, lawyers say. And my friends, we also have memes going on today about the Queen. A lot of intel coming out about maybe she won't be around for too much longer. And we have also Boris going in there, the new prime minister, talking about Brexit with her. She folds under pressure. Very interesting times we're living in, my friends. But before we get into today's podcast, would you please welcome my sponsor, Noble Gold. Hey guys, Thomas from True Reporting here. Did you know that gold is up 18%? That's right. It's been like that since the month of June, and we all know why. It's because Trump is relentless against the Federal Reserve. We know that our money is not worth anything unless it's backed by gold. So why not back your 401k or IRA with gold and go to Noble Gold and tell them Thomas sent you from True Reporting. You call this number 1-877-646-5347 and tell them Thomas sent you, and it'll be worth your while. Thanks guys, and enjoy the podcast. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Before we get into today's podcast, would you please go ahead and click that notification bell so when I post to this channel, you'll be the first to know. Also, please go ahead and click the like button. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. This is the best way to combat censorship. And with that being said, my friends, let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. Again, from Sarah Carter, why is World Bank investing $50 million in China's Uyghur concentration camps? It says here, instead of challenging China over its treatment of the Uyghur minority, the World Bank has just approved a grant of $50 million for the government of China so they can invest in Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. The objective of Xinjiang Technical and Vocational Education and Training Project is to improve the quality and relevance of project schools to produce student skills that respond to the labor market demand in Xinjiang. I believe that's how it's pronounced. I do not speak Chinese. The project compromises of two components. The first component, school-based reforms and innovations consisting of following five subcomponents. Strengthen the linkage between schools and industry, seems fine. Update curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment. Building up high-quality teaching and management teams, sounds good. Improve external support to other schools and local communities, and upgrade facilities and equipment. All seem very nice. The second component, provincial policy development, school twinning partnership, monitoring and evaluation, and project management will support the development of evidence-based policy research and the sharing of knowledge. This component also supports capacity building for Project Management Office, PMO, and Project Implementation Unit, PIU, in the staff and project for project activities and project management. Chinese government is facing growing international pressure about the internment camps, you heard that correctly, that are imprisoning more than 1 million Uyghurs. It has been reported that China is also forcibly sterilizing women held in its vast networks of re-education camps. So you see what they're doing. This is propaganda. They're building up something that sounds very good. Oh my God, it's going to help the schools. It's going to help the children. There's going to be better facilities for people, so on and so forth. This is kind of the thing that they like to cover up with FEMA camps too. Hey, come here. You know, there's been a natural disaster. Come to our FEMA camps that's surrounded with barbed wire and German shepherds barking and biting at your heels. Why don't you come in here and just take a sit down, right? No, these would also be internment camps, concentration camps. You bet your bottom dollar that if Hillary Clinton was in office, we're going on year 3 now, people. We would see these internment camps all over America, and it would be sick and disgusting. And I'm thankful that President Trump won. He has the hand of God on his shoulders, because otherwise we would have been in a lot of trouble. It says here, one woman who was held for more than a year has told French television that she was repeatedly injected with a substance by doctors in a prison in the far west region of Xinjiang. We had to stick our arms out through a small opening in the door. Galabar Zhilova, a 54-year-old former detainee, told France 24. We soon realized that after our injections that we didn't get our periods anymore. In July, the Chinese government released a white paper on Xinjiang, which claims that Uyghurs are not Turkic people. The white paper defends the internment camp system. China released a white paper on vocational education and training in Xinjiang Friday. There are 6 chapters in the white paper. Urgent needs for education and training, law-based education and training, content of education and training, protection of trainees' basic rights, remarkable results in education and training, and experience in countering extremism. The white paper published by the State Council Information Office said that terrorism and extremism are the common enemies of humanity, and the fight against terrorism and extremism is the shared responsibility of international community. The question is, why would the World Bank, the most prominent worldwide financial institution, provide these Chinese governments with a grant of $50 million for this region? How would this investment qualify as a good investment? All right, guys, so this is an amazing breakdown that I found. Somebody posted on Facebook about this article. It's a perfect breakdown of what actually they were trying to do with the World Banks, correct? It says World Bank gives $50 million grant for the largest concentration camp in the world, said to be for, and quote, training. Try more indoctrinating. Try maybe a slush fund for their little experiment against humanity. When POTUS attacks the Fed in China, does it become clearer who he is really going after? The deep state bankers who have their tentacles in attempting to have their communist, socialist, fascist NWO agenda come to fruition. Their plan in the kill box to enslave us all would have been a success if it wasn't for POTUS. Let that sink in. Absolutely true. So, my friends, let's move on to this amazing article coming from the Epic Times. It says here, evidence suggests, my friends, this is no longer a conspiracy theory. This is reality. Evidence suggests Epstein was murdered, lawyers say. This actually came out this morning. There's far more evidence indicating Jeffrey Epstein was murdered, that clues supporting the ruling that he committed suicide. The alleged sex trafficker's lawyers argued in court on August 27th. Lawyers for the 66-year-old, who was found unresponsive in his prison cell on August 10th and declared dead about an hour later, said they have evidence suggesting Epstein was killed. These are lawyers now. One of the lawyers, Martin Weinberg, told a judge that an expert hired by the family says injuries to his neck were more consistent with homicide than suicide. A lawyer said the evidence was, in quote, far more consistent with assault than suicide, reported Newsweek. We did not see a despairing, despondent, suicidal person, one of the defense attorneys told the packed courtroom in Manhattan on Tuesday. He said he was concerned by the reports that the surveillance cameras, get this, recording the area near Epstein's cell in the Metropolitan Correctional Center were either corrupted or not functioning. Give me a break. You have a billionaire who is on suicide watch and the cameras don't work? Give me a break. That is such a lie. Attorney Martin Weinberg asked U.S. District Judge Richard Berman to look into the matter. A prosecutor argued the judge would not have jurisdiction. Berman responded, in quotes, I think it's fair game for the defense counsel to raise its concerns. Prosecutors noted that a grand jury is already investigating the death. Dr. Michael Baden, the pathologist hired by Epstein's representatives to observe the autopsy, said Tuesday he is waiting the report from the medical examiner's office before offering his opinion on the cause of death. A number of women who said they were abused by Epstein testified in court, alleging the convicted sex offender lured them into a large sex trafficking scheme that allegedly included Prince Andrew, modeling executive Jean-Luc Brunel, and former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson. Everyone named in that court document or by accusers has denied the accusations. Epstein was declared dead on August 10th. The cause of death was ruled by suicide by hanging by the New York City Medical Examiner's Office on August 16th. Attorney General William Barr said 5 days later that no evidence has emerged undercutting that finding. In quote, "I have seen nothing that undercuts the finding of the medical examiner that this was a suicide." Barr told reporters in Texas on August 21st, Epstein's death, I think we will see, was a suicide. I do not think there are some irregularities in the prison in the kill box. He added, Barr said on August 12th that there were serious irregularities at the jail. I was appalled, and indeed the whole department was, and frankly angry, Barr said. Speaking at an event in New Orleans on August 12th, he called it a, in quote, failure to adequately secure this prisoner. One of Epstein's attorneys, though, on Tuesday said that the medical examiner who made the suicide ruling only viewed 9 minutes of footage from one security camera in making their determination. We have a profound problem with the conclusions of this medical examiner, said one of the lawyers, according to Newsweek. Another asked Berman, the judge, to visit the prison himself. There are conspiracy theories galore, one of the attorneys said. What if the tapes only broke down on the day he was killed or he died? Great question. This should be asked, right? Because we know he didn't kill himself. In opening the session, Berman called Epstein's suicide a, in quote, rather stunning turn of events. He defended his decision to let the women who were allegedly abused by Epstein speak, saying public hearings promote transparency. I agree. The Associated Press contributed to this report. So, my friends, yeah, the prison cameras don't work. They're saying that, maybe we should look into this, that this is that a grand jury should definitely look into the cause of death on Epstein, and I completely agree. It is very suspicious and no longer a conspiracy theory. Let's go ahead and hop into some memes, guys, to round out the podcast. All right, guys, so I've covered this before, and more and more is starting to come out. More and more is starting to come out about this. The royal funeral imminent. I work in British press, and we've just got notice of what is called a bridge, in quote, event. We don't know who it is yet, but we're told that a royal funeral is being prepped to be held 8 days after the announcement of death. Speculation is it's Prince Philip, the Queen, or Prince Andrew. My bet it's Prince Andrew, the pedo. Screen cap this. So we're basically just waiting for this, that maybe one of these three people, Prince Philip, the Queen, or Prince Andrew, is going to not be around too much longer. Operation Unicorn. Check this out, guys. This is from 2 days ago. Operation Unicorn. The secret plan for what happens if the Queen ... Operation Unicorn. Edinburgh's role if the Queen dies in Scotland. Operation Unicorn. The plan if the Queen dies this week. Operation Unicorn. What happens if the Queen dies in Scotland? What are they trying to say here? Very, very strange. This is just now coming out. Joe M. reports to us, all focus is on the Queen's son, Andrew, and his close ties to an elite child sex trafficking kingpin. What about her other son? Jimmy Savile was the most prolific pedophile in British history. Best buds with Charles, Prince Charles. His turn is coming. The royal family will not survive this. I agree. Imagine an elite pedophile ring ran the world. What would that look like? Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, rapes children. Soon you will find out how much worse it is when it gets further on. The House of Windsor will not survive this. Absolutely not. Prince Andrew's humiliation as sex slave files of pedophile to be released. This is in the UK. Then we see here, look at this symbolism will be their downfall, correct? Right here. What in the world? We see Masons. We also see a star within like a pentagram type thing. And what are they wearing? Their symbolism will be their downfall, correct? Absolutely. Then we can see here, these four criminals have murdered more people from different religions, countries, and races than any human being within the last decade to further their satanic New World Order, hoarding wealth and resources while controlling puppet politicians to enslave humanity with a false worldwide security through terrorism propaganda. Sounds a lot like what China's doing right now, right? With these internment camps. We also see here with an Agenda 21 type scenario, it's all the same. New World Order, hoarding wealth and resources while controlling puppet politicians to enslave humanity. Internment camps, billions of people in China enslaving humanity, right? It's all the same. And guys, we see an update from Google Maps. What do you think this is? What is this long area stretching out from San Diego all the way to El Paso? This is the Trump's border wall, my friends. You cannot say it's not getting built. I have seen more footage of it being built. It looks beautiful. And now we are seeing it showing up on Google Maps. Hilarious, right? Then we can see here the biggest lie. They lied directly to our faces. It says here from Susan Wojcicki, whatever her name is, I can't stand her. Preserving YouTube as an open platform is more important than ever. My latest letter to creators is all about how YouTube balances openness with its responsibility to protect the community. I never got that, and I don't see that this is a level playing field platform. This is insanity, my friends. If you understood the amount of stress that I go through with this channel, trying to keep it afloat and trying to continue to put information out there, the views are down, guys, and it's not you. I understand that. It is their algorithms. They've got to fix this problem and make this a level playing field. Otherwise, the struggle will continue, and who knows, there could be an eradication of these channels. I pray to God this never happens, as we are the news now, correct? So just always keep your favorite YouTubers, Red Pill 78, TRUreporting, people on Twitter like Methods, so on and so forth. These people out there that are risking it all to bring you the truth. Just have us in your prayers, guys. Seriously, it means a lot. And I know that I left off a ton of people, but really, guys, the threat is out there. The threat is out there. And I will leave you with this, my friends, from Joe M. on a positive note. Have faith. You were chosen for a reason. You are being provided the highest level of intel to ever be dropped publicly in the history of the world. Use it. Protect and comfort those around you. Where we go one, we go all. And my friends, this is all true. We're seeing a lot coming out now, more about Epstein. This is not a conspiracy theory any longer. People are starting to rule in favor of murder. Also, internment camps, we're very lucky that Trump is the president and not the thick-ankled dog-faced gremlin. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, and don't forget to leave a like. You can donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal, Patreon. We also have TRUreporting merch and a P.O. box to help benefit this show and keep this alive, to bring you the news every day. Guys, always be kind and loving to one another, and I will speak with you all very soon. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.